What is good, everyone? Welcome back to Cleveland Sports Unfiltered. So, recapping day 4 of Browns training camp. As always, the and as so far as this week has gone, same thing has been the same. Things have been the same. Defense dominant. Sometimes the offense looks good in certain things. Shador is looking to, in my opinion, and I know in some of you guys' opinion, he's looking like the clear cut quarterback. And Watson is struggling with interceptions, but we're gonna get into all of that. But first, we're gonna obviously get into the quarterback competition. Shador, look, he's looking good. He's looking good. He took the first team reps, put together some clean, impressive throws. Um, and again, so far, today was a little bit more, fluttering on his football, but for the most part, his ball is coming out clean and just looking like a little bit more zip on it. He had some impressive throws in the red zone, and again, I know I said it last video. He just have this awesome connection so far, and I know pads haven't come on, and I've always been and I know I tell you guys not to overreact to anything, and I'm trying not to get there, but man, it just feels so good to see the rapport, and it's a natural rapport he has with uh Denzel Boston. He's throwing up he just looking like, I don't want to get he's mossing people. If you played backyard football before, if you played football in the park or in like a big open field, you know the term, you got mossed. You know what that is. Somebody just jump over you and just takes the ball, man. Denzel been mossing people, and it doesn't look like that's a fluke. Now, again, I do want to make this off by saying, me personally, I don't want to claim him as legit or anything like that yet, just yet. But he's looking good. I do want to see Denzel on Denzel. Now, if he can make his magic work against the Warden, hey man, yeah, we might got something right there. I do think we got something. KC Concepcion is still looking good. But again, the quarterbacks, going back to the quarterbacks, Shador is looking more and more impressive, and is looking like he's finding his groove more and more as he continue to take reps with the first team. And Deshaun is struggling. Now I know everybody is making and rightfully so. I'm not going to say everybody's overreacting or anything like that. Everybody is rightfully concerned with the picks of Deshaun Watson. He threw three in one practice, and he had six within four. So it's not looking good. Not looking good for Deshaun. And anybody who supports Deshaun is really not looking good. But um, and Shador does have some things that I think is a little concerning. Both guys, and not just Shador, but both guys are still continuing to hold on to the ball, and you would still sometimes, at least on the highlights you see, sometimes you still would love to see the processing just speeds up just a little bit quicker, because some of these guys, I mean, both of these guys are still continuing to hold on to the ball just a little bit long, but Ty Monken did say there are plays and there are periods where they do ask the quarterbacks to hold on to the ball to see if they can make plays outside of the structure of the offense. So if what I'm referencing is what it is that Todd said, okay, and I'm not going to complain about it, but but with a quarterback like Deshaun, outside of those scripted hold on to the ball drills, you as a almost 10-year vet, you have to your processing has to be like that. Your processing speed has to be better. Like there's no excuse. There's an excuse for Shador. He's a second year quarterback, and with his first time, like he can make an him and his fans can actually make an excuse of his second year, first time getting reps in the off season, and all that good stuff. So they can make the excuse. But you are 10 almost 10 year vet or a 10 year vet. No, it's not 20. So yeah, you're almost a 10-year vet. You're a veteran in this league. You should know when the ball should be coming out and how fast it is. Um, Now some of the picks, one of his picks for sure was not on him. I forgot the tight end he threw to, but one of the picks was legitimately should have been caught. For one, it should have been caught. It hit you in your belly. He should have caught it. And two, on that same interception, that was a phenomenal peanut punch by E-Man. It was a phenomenal punch out by E-Man that led to a pick. So I'm really not gonna sit here and he threw three, and because not all interceptions are really created equal. And once pads come on and once we do face the Bills in the joint practice, if Deshaun has cleaned up these turnovers by then this week and all of everybody's overreactions, it's gonna be nullified. But again, I still think Shador is gonna win, and that's why I've really been telling everybody just calm down. Shador is gonna show that he can beat out Watson for the starting quarterback job because let's be honest, he's not no competition. And I'm one of few people who's been fair to Deshaun. Um and I don't want to see him not succeed, but I do. I'm gonna say this: Deshaun is playing for his next team and his next bridge opportunity, and to for the opportunity to prove he can be a bridge. Shador is playing for to show and prove to the organization he's worth building the team around. Deshaun is just playing for probably his next contract to prove he still can play and to possibly prove he can probably be a bridge quarterback. Now I know Andrew did say that Deshaun is only 30, but he has a lot of um mileage on that body for that age. And he has a lot of injuries. He's like if you play, I don't know if you guys played the older like old SVR '06 and '07 where they had like the your health bar, but your health bar was like a body, and then it showed your head was red, your arm was red, your torso was yellow. And it's a lot of reds on the shot. It's a lot of reds. His Achilles, his ankle, he tore his ACL twice. He tore his Achilles twice. He had a debilitating shoulder injury. So he has a lot of reds and yellows. So but yeah, so but again, I'm not a hater of either one of these guys. Again, I told you I root for that helmet right there and this logo right here. So, but if either one of these guys wins out, again, I do personally hope it's Shador. But sorry for that tangent. Back to practice. Tempers Flare also at practice. You at Tempers Flare from Lyman, Alex Wright, and KT Leviston. They got into a little scuffle, and you love to see it. It's hot out there, and you all up on me. Get the yeah. So Tempers Flare. And the defense is dominant, and Mason Graham is looking like all of the fifth overall pick we drafted. He is in the backfield. He is tearing up for the most part. Him and Jared Verse are destroying our offensive line. which is again, I like I said in the last video, it's a good thing for them. They should be ahead this early on in the practice proceedings. So, good thing to see Mason Graham is living up to that. And if you listen to Jock Coach Jock, he said Mason Graham was like last year. Going off on a little Mason Graham tangent, I'm gonna show Mason Graham some love. Um, he sacrificed a lot. He said Jock Shazier said he kind of like 6 sacks Mason could have had, but he delegated to Miles Garrett. So hopefully Mason Graham can recoup those 6 sacks and still wreak havoc without Miles, and hopefully on the same side as Jared Verse, and they be a deadly duo. Maybe you get because I when he got drafted, and that's why before I started recorded and everything, I equated that to like finally finding the Browns version of Cam Hayward to obviously Miles is TJ. So hopefully that is still the same with Jared Verse. We finally found well, we didn't find, we traded for legitimate edge rusher, and then you found his Cam Hayward that pressure up the middle. But the those guys continue to dominate. Quinn Shine had a big hit on Mike Hall Jr. He laid him out, and for everybody who was criticizing Quinn as a pass protector, you were wrong. He lit Mike Hall up, and Mike Hall laid there for a minute too. I thought he was hurt, but he lit him up protecting the quarterback. Um, yeah, that was a phenomenal play. Just watching that. Um, and it looked at like the team was for the most part. Todd had them working on red zone drills, and that's where most of Deshaun's interception came in. Again, that was not good. But good thing for Sanders fans. You obviously have a lot to look good to, because Shador looked it good in the red zone. He had a pass to Jerry Judy in the 7-on-7s. He had a pass to Jerry Judy, and then a pass to Denzel Boston also. So Shador is looking like all of what we thought he would, and looking like the guy who's gonna take the job and start off, and hopefully we see what we got with him. But um, quarterbacks still looked at. You got one that looked good and one that looked it bad. But again, I'm not going to write him off and say that he still doesn't have a shot or anything like that. There's still opportunity, and again, like Deshaun and Todd said, you want these interceptions out of the way early, and everybody knows you want the interceptions early. Then you get in the game and you trying that and interception. So that is what it is. Quarterbacks looked at kind of how we expected. The defense is looking better than even what I expected. I did still expected them to look like a top 10 defense. I was expecting a leap for Mason Graham, but I wasn't expecting him to look this good this early. And he seems like he cannot stay out of the backfield. So phenomenal. Quinshawn is still looking like Quinshawn, and he improved on what everybody, not saying criticized, but thought that he did bad, and you can understand why he did bad, because last year he had no training camp or anything like that. But Quinshawn it looked to improve in the run block game. Denzel Boston continues to make plays and continues to draw comparisons to one Mike Evans. I don't know about that just yet. I can see why everybody's doing that. I cannot wait for Monday for them to get into pads, so we can see this in pads, and so we can see the true contact. Him truly catch through contact. But you know He's looking good. KC's. I really can't wait to see him in pads. To just show how elusive he is and how dynamic of a player he is and why he was the first receiver to get drafted in the first round for the Browns, and why he is such a dynamic, and why the Browns prioritized him just a little bit more over Boston. He's going to show his electricity and show why he did get selected where he got once pads come on, and I think once preseason hit, But again, like I said last video, my biggest thing is I just hope for nothing but health going into the regular season. Just hope especially from the main core cast of guys. But speaking of injuries too, I don't know. He had to be injured because Todd said he doesn't really give guys veteran days off. So I'm pretty sure he was maybe banged up and they just let him rest for the day. Carson Schwarzenegger was out of practice. A good thing Harold Fanner returned to practice, but Carson was out of practice. And I think that's about everything. Offense looking shaky, defense is dominant. Mason Graham can't stay out of the backfield. Quinshawn um is looking phenomenal off that injury, which was really a could have been a debilitating injury, but he looks phenomenal off that injury. Boston can't stop mossing people. KC's continue to make plays. Jerry Judy is quietly still making plays. And Dylan Gabriel, he is continuing to put together good practices, and I think he got picked off again, but his picks isn't as bad as Watson. Watson continues to seesaw, but just a little bit more bad than good. He continues to seesaw. Shador continues to improve and improve every day, and every snap you can see he continues to improve and improve, and hopefully he can turn himself into what we all think he can be. But that's it for Browns Day 4 of training camp recap. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for your continued support. Appreciate y'all guys for continue to hit that like, share, and most importantly, continue to smash that subscribe button so we can get this content out to a broader audience. But you know what I'm about to tell you guys. I love you guys, but you guys don't gotta go home. But y'all gotta get the hell up out of here. And until next time, peace.